So we wanted to do a reaction. Y'all know we love reaction videos. And these are like, this is one of probably low key in my hearts of hearts, probably one of my favorite couples. Just because I like them both together, I like them separate. Like I like them as individuals, but I love how, I love that they're choosing to be open about their journey, because I think that it will be a blessing to many. I also read Travis Greene's book, Are You Praying for the Wrong Thing? Learning to ask what God wants for you, not just what you want. When I tell you the book is a blessing, and I needed to read it because you don't know what you don't know. You don't realize that your prayers are maybe not being answered solely because that's not what he has for you. You know what I'm saying? Right. Respectfully, in that time, maybe. Right? Maybe now on this side of eternity. But yeah.
Let's go ahead into it.
You don't know the future. You just don't know. And, all of these, especially in 2025, all these, you got to be making 6 figures. Like, you would miss out on a lot. You really fumbled the bag based off of discounting something in seed form.
It wasn't even just the hope of what you could bring later. What you brought then was enough too.
Yeah.
In seed form, you are a lot to me. And I think that had everything to do with the belief you felt. Because a lot of times women can see hoping for the blossom version. I love the seed form too. I really want to take people out of the vain desire for so much possession. I want both to be.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Seen well.
That's
that
great.
Makes sense.
No,
because you provided so much.
The amazing couple. But yeah, them sharing the same thing.
And I like how y'all probably didn't peep, because I'm always saying this. But you know how he was like, you don't know your future. I always say our picker is broken. We pick based off our past, the beast, or our present, but we can't pick off our future because we don't know our future.
Yeah.
Right? And he literally started off with that, and I'm like, yes, I say that all the time.
And it's a lot of us, I'm gonna pick on the sisters for a little bit. It's a lot of sisters that will discount brothers because they're looking at him not fully grown, but they're looking at him in seed form.
Like she said.
Not fully blossomed, but looking at him in seed form. And do you and here's the thing: the man that God has for you, he's asking you as a wife to cultivate him, meaning to water and to nurture so that he can grow into man that you want to see, and vice versa for the fellas.
And what does that look like? That looks like your words, your responses, and when he's down, how you speak to him when he's broke.
Yeah.
And he ain't got no money. Because at the end of the day, everybody not walking around with 6 figures. Like, life happens.
Yeah.
Your significant other could lose their job.
Yeah.
But how are you going to speak to them when they're down? Because that is the watering. The watering is what is coming out of your mouth. Out of the abundance of the heart speaks. The mouth is pouring out things, but are you pouring out stuff that's going to kill, that's going to terminate, that's going to cause them to go inward and possibly leave? Or are you speaking things that's going to give life, right? Are you speaking things that's going to encourage and remind him that, hey, I married well? You know what I'm saying? Because it's in their brokenness. And when men are really down, that they either come face to face with, I married well, or I married wrong.
Yeah. And vice versa for the men. Like, we have to know that we ought to love our wives as Christ loved the church and wash her by the watering of the word. That doesn't mean that I'm washing her by the word, but I'm washing her by being domineering. I'm washing her by saying, you need to get right or else, because God says so. No. It's washing her with care, with tender. How many of us took a bath and we use that hard scrubber to really scrub all of our body? No. We only use that hard scrubber to scrub the hard areas that are callous, but then we use that rag to get the soft areas. It's the same way we need to treat our wives by washing them with the word. Don't think that you can have that Brillo pad and just think that you're going to get her clean by that Brillo pad. No, you're going to hurt her by doing that. And some of us aren't even washing our wives, but with the word at all. Some of us is just being stagnant, and they have to get washed elsewhere.
She said she wasn't, Dr. Jackie, she was like, I wasn't hoping for the blossom version. She loved the seed form too. She wasn't just sitting around like, yep, one day he gonna be a billionaire. So I'm gonna let's say how to be with the basketball players. They really be with them basketball players because they like, he might go pro.
Yeah.
Right now he a seed, but he might blossom and go pro. And I'm trying to be sitting in them seats. Do you hear me?
When you speak to good, when you think about marriage, think about us making it to 14 years, what would you say is the secret sauce? Like, what do you feel like has been our win if we had to give it to someone else?
I think communication, and this is what I tell young couples all the time. I don't think there's anything more important than being able to converse with your spouse. I think that is the primary. That's more important to me than anything else, because everything else is gonna fade out eventually. The only thing you have left is conversation. And so I think the beautiful thing about our relationship, when you talk about secret sauce, is the way that God set it up. We met in 07, married in 11. We didn't move in together officially till 2014. And so 7 years of really a relationship of just getting to know each other. Because when we first got married, you were still in dental school. I was a youth pastor. We were 2 states, and so we just wanted to be married, and we just commuted a lot. Yeah. But I think it strengthened I really do think that actually strengthened our relationship, because all we did was talk all the time.
Man, we were the same way.
Yep. Communication.
Yeah, and how communication, because like even when we were dating and talking shit, like I legit like to talk to you.
Yep.
Like I legit like to have a conversation. Mike said the two of y'all are really different. I seen y'all from the beginning, and now y'all have a mature version of y'all. So yeah,
hey, we
appreciate. Listen, man,
appreciate that, Big Mike.
Listen, appreciate you, bro.
You seen the seed.
You seen the seed form for real. But no, like I like that. Real. Just being able to communicate with each other, because it's marriages where people are together and they don't like talk. They don't like being around. Like they never liked each other.
Yeah,
they found each other attractive, but that was it.
Yeah,
and thought that the attraction itself was going to make the relationship last.
Yeah. It's
not. It's the friendship. You have, we know people that started with the attraction first and then tried to build a relationship after the I do, only for it to fall apart, because like y'all never weren't really into each other. Y'all were just attracted to each other. And once that attraction fades.
And so y'all know how on here we talk about, because and somebody else mentioned this before again, but you know how when you're single, the enemy is trying to get you into the bed. When you married, he's trying to keep you out
the bed. Yep.
And I think what happens is in our singleness, that's highlighted because that's a very small percent of your marriage.
Yeah.
Intimacy part, which is the part that's when you're single, is so highlighted. That's between 1 to 10%. What you said that 1% is a great percent.
That 1%, that's like
no,
what?
But it's a very small percent. But the big percent, communication, right? How y'all treat one another, the one another's.
Yeah.
The majority is what he's not allowing y'all to focus on, because it's like, that temptation is so big, it's so strong, it's so highlighted. But when you get married, you won't even want the 1% if that 99% or that 10%, if that 90% is not being well kept, if it's not being cultivated, if you don't know how to talk to her, right? If you don't know how to talk to him, because I know one of the ladies on here talked about that earlier, but you do have to know how to communicate with people. You know what I'm saying? You got to know what to say and how to say it respectfully. You know what I mean? Like you can't just be out here speaking to people any old way, but then expecting some at night.
I think another thing that comes to mind is respecting each other's strengths.
Wow.
I think that's just been very helpful for us as well, because our difference is you're more analytical, more, I would say, calculated, not in a negative way, but it's like, all right, okay, how is this going to get done? I think earlier on it was, okay, this probably can't get done because of such and such, which was difficult for me, who is a dreamer and a visionary, who's just like all things faith, like God's going to pay for it. God's going to get it done. It's just like, yeah, that sounds great, but how? So I just think over time, and I think victories and stones have helped that as well. But I think over time it shifted from.
Don't go too fast on the stones, because for those that don't understand what you mean.
Yeah, or stones in the Bible, many times whenever they won wars or won battles or God did a miracle, they would put stones out as a memorial of, hey, whenever we pass back through these waters or through this terrain, we can remember, man, so this is where God met. And a lot of times they would make not even just a memorial, but an altar. Or maybe they'll dig a well or something to mark the territory and mark the moment. I just think we've had so many victories that we've been able to like mark moments of, all right, okay, maybe he ain't crazy. Maybe this thing came out of nowhere. Like this.
Respecting each other's strength.
That's important, because I don't mean to bring the Currys back up into this, but you can avoid being like negative toward your spouse or even talking down on them if you're not looking at each other's strengths and looking at, okay, yeah, that's a strength for you. It may be a weakness for me in areas in which I'm weak in, she's strong in. Like I know for one, finances is one where, I had my strength up to a point, but you're stronger in finances than I am, and vice versa. Like we have areas in which we're strong and weak in, but then that's why you taking the time to allow the Lord one to prepare you, but then you take your time in selecting the one that you want to be with. That can, the Lord can help you see that, okay, that this person has strengths that can aid and help me. I remember before you share, I remember one way that like you deposited a nugget into like, oh, this wifey, was when we had a conversation and I just came from a photo shoot that was like a very draining and a long photo shoot. It was probably one of my worst photo shoots that I had. It was a family shoot that kind of had a bunch of problems in it, and it was low key kind of rainy that day. And I came back just like tired, and I was like, man, like I need help in this. Like I didn't say it directly like that, but I was just mentioning how like, man, it would be cool if I had some help, because it's a lot. But then I remember you saying, yeah, that's what you need me for. And you just deposited, some a little nugget in there to let me know that one of your strengths is encouragement. And so because you had a strength and encouragement, you were encouraging me in that moment, and I was like, yeah, I need a woman that can encourage me like that.
Yeah.
To say that, I could use some help. They want to
put
come
her hands
alongside.
to the plow. She ain't gonna sit back and watch me struggle.
One of my, what do they call them? Your love languages is just being, acts of service. Like just you serving along with me. So,
and I was just gonna say, like, that was very key. Respect in general. We want to move in a way. It's like, hey, ultimately, I want to respect the Lord and honor Him, and in that honor that I have here will just pour out there. Right? I think it's very vital, because y'all know, any of us on here, when you feel disrespected, especially a man, but when somebody disrespects you, now how much more?
I don't care how pretty they are, man.
Right? Like you no longer, the attraction will wane. Like, why you keep disrespecting me?
They instantly become ugly in my eyes. If you disrespect me, I don't care if you.
Because we have to remember, partnership is shared goals, right? It's not competing egos, right? We're sharing goals. We're complementing one another. We're on the same team. He win, I win.
Yeah.
Right? It's the same with the body too, which is why comparison is of the enemy. But it's not about a competition, but it's about us respecting each other's strengths and sharing in one another's goals. Like, how can I come alongside you? Because how can any two walk together unless they be in agreement? Amos 3:3. There has to be agreement. We're walking together. We're doing this thing together. So
what would you say, just as a final cap, for any man out there that is currently or may have to stand with their wife at a hard time of transition or change? What would you say that helped me, so to speak, in that?
I think just, I think a lot of pressure is pressure that we just put on ourselves. I like that sometimes we could just look at each other and say, it's who? Like, who says you got to do it? Who says you can't, recover? Who says you can't get healthy? Who says you can't breathe? Who says, this can't be a seed for something in the future? Like, I think especially in today's time, this generation is so results driven and immediate results.
Yeah.
It's like, if it ain't, and
throw it away.
Then throw it away. I recently had a conversation with our brother Norman, and he said something that was so profound. And it was just like, and you have to be okay with that. Maybe it's not an immediate result. And then he just started running down things that took forever. Gratitude took 18 months for anybody to ever sing it. Brandon Lake wanted to cut it from the record, and they told him he couldn't. He didn't like the song.
What he said there when it comes to
Mike was saying that earlier.
Yeah.
On here.
Yeah.
When Mike was referring, and he was just like, what if? Because God is not bound by time.
He's not bound by time or seasons.
And like they're saying, who says it has to be now? We are a microwave society.
Yeah.
But that's not God. Look at Zechariah and Elizabeth. Look at Hannah. God is not microwaved. God is intentional. God is purposeful. I look at Hannah's story. Penina was having babies back to back.
Yeah.
Back to back. But none of the kids that she had the influence that Hannah's son had, who had to be the one to endure.
Yeah.
The one whose son had a promise attached to him.
Yeah.
She didn't just have any old son. Her son came to be one who would speak to Israel, one who would choose a king for Israel. She wasn't just praying for a son. She was literally praying for a prophet.
Yeah.
And so we don't like to wait, and we hate the wait, and we want it now, and it's my money, and it's my house, and it's my spouse. But God is like, if only you knew what was attached to the very thing that you're praying for.
Because we got to look at it this way. God cooks with crock pots, not with microwaves.
Can you even cook with a microwave? Is that real cooking? Would you call that cooking or heating up?
No, it's destroying
or reheating.
It microwave. I'll put it like this: you try and reheat a pizza in the microwave versus reheating it in the oven, and you tell me which one tastes better.
Oven all day,
because that microwave is going to nuke that pizza, but the oven is going to treat it nice and tender and like give it that nice sizzle. It's going to be nice and crisp. Cheese is going to be nice and stretchy.
It's going to melt out the sides.
I'm telling you. So like you cook a meal on the stove versus you cook that meal in the crock pot and let the meat and the vegetables and the
like you make that food that Natasha made the other day, and she had the noodles and the shrimp and the sausages.
I was going to talk about your chicken and dumplings.
Oh, in that crock pot.
Like, oh man, in the crock pot, and how the chicken and the dumplings, it just merged.
Imagine making some chicken and dumplings in a microwave.
But that's how we are with the Lord. And that's we want the microwave.
We want the microwave to do something it was never created to do.
Yeah. Yeah. It's and what happens is that when we rush things, like how a microwave rushes through the process of cooking, things become uncooked, you know. And what does that look like in relationships? Well, that means that you're rushing into something and you're not ready. Like I was engaged before we got married, and it didn't work out, not because the person that I was with, they stepped out, not only because of that, it was also because I wasn't mature enough to handle what it meant to be a husband, to be a provider, and to take on the true weight of what marriage was. It was going to fail even if that person never stepped out. It was going to fail because of my immaturity. I wasn't ready. Like, and I saw that after the fact, because I was just so gung-ho into rushing into it. I want to be, I'm in my 30s, you know, I'm 33 and I want to be married now. It's like, no, like you are in a crock pot season, not in the microwave
and
season.
then also you ain't grown. Because that's how I tell her. She want what she want and throws a fit when she doesn't get it. Stop being a toddler in the spirit. How many of us, we're literally toddlers spiritually. God says no or wait, we throwing a tantrum. We upset, we mad, we want it now. First of all, grow up. Yeah. Eat your vegetables. Yeah. Drink your water and trust God.
That's good. That's
Eat
good.
your vegetables.
Drink your water.
Drink your water.
And trust
God.
I like that. That's a good way to end it.
Thank y'all so much for checking out this video. If you would like to watch the full-length video, it's right here.
And if you want to check out a video that YouTube suggested, go ahead and click over here. All right. See y'all there.